Up for it. So we're up and running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I'd say Petr. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Rijkaard. Threads one in. Now there's a fine ball. It's a loose ball. Kaka. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Knocks it out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Delivered across. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's been taken short. Oh, sweet feet. And now they can spring out of defence. It's a promising position. Pinches it off him. Neither side especially adventurous early on. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Tries to pass it through. Bullet! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Portugal have their second corner now. They've played it short. Messi has a look inside the box. Here's a chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And he's got the beating of his man. He's through, it's one-on-one. Goes for a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Kaka really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Thuram can get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Costa Curta gets over and intercepts. Knocks it into space. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nicely weighted ball. In by Gullit.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Makaleli. That's really well manoeuvred. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. He is through here. Climbs up big. Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Cannavaro. Now it's Gullit.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Oh, what a climb! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Oh, that's well spotted. Now it's Gullit. And this is Pelé! Pelé unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well-timed, excellent interception. Pelé.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space. And he shoots! Goal! Portugal! And Portugal score first. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Portugal have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking to play him in. Some resolute defending there. He's going to be disappointed with that. Maldini.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cannavaro makes the interception. And it's Neymar. Pelé conjures time and space where few can, driving through the middle. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Chosen to go back. And this is Hullet. Now it's Pelé, Messi, and Messi! And that's it for the first half, a breathless ending. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
The Netherlands can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Roberto Carlos. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played into space. Good ball over the top. That's an excellent interception. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
The Netherlands clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Shoots! It's there! The Netherlands are level! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Portugal really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Vieira. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Hullet is behind this one.
And it's no surprise to see who's taking responsibility here.
Great ball, great chance! Messi! Genius! He's got himself an absolute peach. Into the lead once more. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? That has been knocked clear.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Can he get it through? That's been cut out, well played. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That has been cut short. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Portugal finding their passes.
That's a shame because it was such a good decision.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
He might be in here, takes a shot! He scored! It's level again! What a match we have!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making...
And the finish! Goal, the Netherlands! And the comeback is complete! There was to be only one outcome.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Messi.
Portugal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Kaká, and this is Cruyff. Has a look and plays it forward, and now the breakaway. Roberto Carlos gets a foot in here. That is good alertness. Vieira. And here's Messi. Vieira. Thinks about the shot. Cross into the box. It's a mighty effort! Decent enough try.
Messi certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number
So,
22.
time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 3, O'Shea. Number 24.
Good ball, good
Magalhaes.
take.
Number 13.
Cantona picks it up out wide. Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone.
Johan Cruyff.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Number 17, Cantona. Number 7,
Probably be looking to play it
Gattuso.
square from here.
Number 14.
There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area.
Number 23, Mbappe. Substitutions taking place.
And he's in on goal. Cantona! In for the pieces. And he hits the net. And that should do it. Within sight of the finish line. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Two up and very little time left. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. The Netherlands really could have done without this. Well, the keepers these days have done their homework. And that's one back! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
A picture.
And that's that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will, and this place is bouncing. Thoughts on